straight on. And there's already been a donation. I'm sure I'll come to that in the comments. 49 of you guys on here, 6 likes already. Thank you so much for your early support. I'm sure you've all joined to get involved in the conversation. That was more like it, wasn't it? I mean, you cannot really fault that. What we've just seen, that was much more like it. I'm sure every single person on this live now will be feeling the same as the way that I do now, having watched that. I thought it was full of quality, intensity. It was an absolute joy, actually. Never mind Newcastle's performance, which I'll come on to obviously, because that's what you're really here for. But I actually thought to be here to witness that game, it was real Newcastle United Liverpool classic in some ways. It just had all of the elements. There was a lot of jeopardy, there was a lot of drama, there was goals, there was chances, there was quality play, there was mistakes, there was just everything that you would want from a top class Premier League game of football. And being this close, I'm sure you where we normally sit. That's Sven Botman's agent going down. Sven Botman's agent going down there. Being this close to the action was just a joy. It really was a joy to be here. And primarily, being brutally honest, I'm a football fan, and like I say, just being so close to that action, the intensity, everything about it was really a joy to behold. And I hope anybody else was here kind of felt that kind of emotion as well. But I'm just going to point out before we talk about the game, this is quite a unique thing we're seeing here. We don't normally see this from Newcastle United's players, but we've got Graham Jones and a few of the other coaches conducting like a with the ball training session. I'll sort of show you here with all the substitutes. So you've got Will Asula there, Sean Longstaff, Miggy Almiron on the ball there just now, Matt Target at the other end. You've got Harvey Barnes taking part, who of course came into the game, Lloyd Kelly and Callum Wilson doing some running drills there. Quite a unique thing, actually. You don't normally see that, but don't ever see that actually. It's a James Bond. Anyway, right, on to what I thought of the game. Do jump in, let us know your comments, let me know your thoughts. But like I say, not just the game, Newcastle United's performance, I thought that was as good as we've seen Alexander Isak for quite some time. He was back to the old flight-footed, jinking kind of hard to tackle, hard to read centre forward that kind of has gone missing for some while. I thought Anthony Gordon was absolutely tireless. Maybe he didn't quite give Lewis Hall some of the defensive cover he required against Mo Salah in that last 20 minutes, half an hour. But I can't really fault him too much for his tireless running off the ball and his threat at the other end. So those two in the front two were excellent. Murphy put a shift in. Going into midfield, I thought Bruno was outstanding again today. I thought Tonali fitted in really well. Look, should have done better for the Jones goal. So yeah, apart from that, I've just jumped in there live and off. Could be the internet. I'm on the internet, I'm just checking it. But no, I thought it was a game sort of littered with that it had a lot of individual errors in it. But it also had so much quality, and it probably isn't a night to really call out people on those individual errors. Trying to think of the rest of it. Joe Linton was a mixed bag. He was all over the shop with his physicality, like an absolute Trojan at times with some of the challenges he put in, etc. But I thought the two centre halves had a decent game. I think the lads were calling out Burn for maybe a slip on one of them, but I thought the two centre halves, I couldn't, from me on the eye, couldn't really fault them. I'm going to move out of the way because there's lots of workers here trying to get things packed away with the TV crews, etc. As you can see behind here, that's probably, if you're watching Amazon Prime, I think that's what was on tonight, that's probably what you'll see there. Those guys talking. Robbie Fowler, Shea Given, Dan Walker. Yeah, so I'm going to jump in the comments. I'm going to see what you guys are saying, because as the rain starts to come down again here, I might have to move up the stand a little bit. But I love that. I really loved it. That's the kind of thing that you just love doing this job. Personally, I feel so privileged in many ways to be sitting so close to the action and feeling and hearing and sensing, and you get so much of it. You almost get a taste for the football. You're that close. And as you can probably tell, like, my passion that comes across in this, like, I just loved every second of that. I didn't love it when obviously Newcastle had conceded goals, etc. But it just had everything. And I'm going to come in the comments. 171 of you guys on here. Thanks so much for getting involved in the conversation. We've had a donation as well, so thanks so much, and the super thanks. That's brilliant. 170 with 170 is on here. I'm only seeing 20 likes, so please do. It's the easiest thing you'll possibly do this evening. So do click that heart, the like button, and of course there is super thanks if you like what we do. Do jump in and donate if you can, if you've got the means, and if you feel in the mood. Who knows? Let's have a go. I see a couple of likes coming in. Right, Nathan Page, always one of the first commentators on here. I'm going to get this out of my face, you can't really see it. Always one of the first commentators on the channel, on the lives. We do seem to have quite a following. Let us know what you think of the lives, because it was one of those things that we weren't really sure about at the start, but we jumped on and everybody kind of went with the flow, and I love doing them. You know I do. I took the hind legs off a donkey, me, so I love jumping on here and having a bit of conversation. It's that interaction, isn't it, that you guys get an opportunity. You could be anywhere in the world, and we've seen on the Geordie Journals that you guys do watch from all over the world. You get your chance, a little opportunity to be here straight after the game at St James's Park and talk to somebody actually in the ground. Right, Nathan Page. Hi Liam, I hope you're well. What a sensational game of football. I cannot disagree, Nathan. I don't even know where to start with that. I agree. Ali B, what a game. Ali B, definitely a pen for us. Some cracking goals. Got to be the worst Liverpool have had. If we'd had a proper right wing, we'd have scored more. The chances Murphy missed. Yeah. So I think that was one thing Dom said. Fellow Geordie Journal Dom said during the actual game. He's like, God, if we had a really quality right winger, this game is ours. Didn't quite work out that. I thought it was a bit harsh on Junior Murphy. I didn't think he was that bad, but he came in today and put a good shift in. But I also understand the limitations. I want to talk a little bit about the incidents in the game. Now, I talk so much of the privileged position that the Geordie Journals, and particularly myself, have sitting so close to the action. One of the things that we don't really have is a massive amount of replays, the very small screen. I do manage to sometimes peer over the top of people's shoulders and catch the TV playback screen as well. And there was two particular incidents that stood out for me, and it almost just rings true to that sort of the idea: is it a myth? Is it fact? You almost have to get it. It has to be 2 penalties to get one against Liverpool. But I thought that he sat one in the second half, having only seen it once. I thought, let us know what you think, but I thought that looked an absolute stonewall, being honest about it. And I also thought an incident in the first half that really caught my attention was the needless, not an assault is it, but it was a needless shoulder on Anthony Gordon by Virgil van Dijk, like a strutting, swaggering, arrogant, just needless foul. No need for that in a game like this. It was a beautiful game of football. There's no need for that kind of thing to happen, but he's done it here before and he'll do it again. But I think little moments that are maybe tarnished. I mean, Salah had probably a shout. Could he have had one himself? I don't know. I've not seen these things again, but there were some incidents. But I think that all added to the drama today. Without those, it wouldn't have been the same game. Without the moments of quality, without both teams hit the post, one at the bar, quality goals, Salah looking like he was on his deck chair on the wing, barely got a touch of the ball, and just burst into action. He's a Premier League all-timer, and you could see why in that. When he came into the game, he stayed in the game and made a big difference. That was a joy to watch. Look, I'm not neutral, but that was a joy to watch. A real joy, seeing players in full flow. Some beautiful flow in football and break, real counter-attacking break football from Liverpool. It was just, as you can tell, I really enjoyed it. And again, it was the same from Newcastle United, that not only did they show that they can go toe-to-toe, the basketball game, they can give it intensity-wise, they can press like they did in the first half. They soaked it up though as well. They took the blows, they took everything Liverpool had to throw at them, even falling behind, and it felt like as the game gone, they came back, and that was key to me. It was really good to see that Newcastle United finally laid a glove on Liverpool, because so often in these games it's been Newcastle United putting in a good show and coming away with nothing, and not being and then losing. You know, I throw back to the Darwin Núñez double, the 10-man Darwin Núñez double. Things like that Newcastle just don't get results in these games. It was nice to just lay a glove on them at the end, and a little counter punch with a Fabian Schär one. Great, loved it. Back in the comments, do give a like if you're enjoying what we're talking about. Tony Little, my fingers are freezing. It's a cool night on Tyneside. Anybody who's watching from around the globe, and do let me know where you're watching from. Might be some funny times given this kick-off, but do let me know where you're watching from. Tony Little, never expected that, but a great game. I'm all for it. if Newcastle United, look, I said that in my post-match analysis, if Newcastle United play like that more often than not, if they can produce anything close to that in terms of consistency, this team will end up much closer to where it wants to be than where it's probably looked like where it was going in the last few weeks, and that's a good thing. That's only positive. And I always say that about things that people talk about. You'll always get with me, and I think regular watchers of this will know, you'll always get with me, I will always tell you, I'll always give you my honest held opinions about what I've just seen on the football pitch. And if I'm not happy with what I'm saying, I'll say it, and if I'm happy with it, I'll say the opposite. I'll say I am happy with it. So that's it. It's one of those things that today is that deserves a lot of praise. Where are we at? Paul Charlton, 4.99. Cheers, mate. So kind of you to jump in and drop a 4.99 in there, mate. I'll give you a like for that one. Class game, class performance, class act. You're always one of the first ones on the show. Always full of comments. I've seen you out and about. You're a good guy, and thanks so much for another donation, because I know you've thrown a few in the pot before. And that might just get the Geordie Journals a pint at Christmas this year. Where are we at? Graham Doherty, great game. Shame their first 2 goals came from quick turnovers after a couple of misplaced passes. That was the thing, wasn't it? It was the Tonali thing that I mentioned earlier, that he didn't track his man. He did try to track his man. Then Joe Linton was very sloppy with the ball, just getting a bit excited, almost trying to get a ball. I think it was out to Isak. Look, again, what I said earlier is it's probably not a game for the individual errors, and I don't think it's a one to call it out, because I thought that was a game played such a speed, such an intensity, that these things happen, and the game needed that. It needed that jeopardy, that sort of on the edge kind of feel, and it all added to the spectacle, in my opinion. Graham Doherty, great game. Shame their first. Oh, sorry, I've just read that one. Ian McKenna, another classic. Can't we just watch Newcastle Liverpool every week, and hopefully one day we'll win one? What a game. That's a fair point. One day it will happen. David Bartel, hi mate, hi. Very good performance. Tonali and Bruno, excellent in midfield, but unfortunately we played against one of the Premiership greats in Salah. Exactly as I've just pointed out. You know, you're playing against an all-timer. Lewis Hall, for probably 60 to 70 minutes, was outstanding. He is one fit boy. Up and down that wing, some of the forward runs he made one, was it the first half, was it the second half, I can't quite remember, where did Isak slip him in, and it was almost like a last ditch challenge. He was literally about to unleash, but the run that he made to get there was incredible. I'm all for it, and look, I think I was getting a little bit excited about the idea of plugging the gaps. I was hoping Hal was going to react, plug the gaps, because you could see it coming almost, where Salah was getting so much time, so much space. He doesn't need that much time and space, hence the first goal, a little flick with the outside of the foot. But look, I kind of fault Lewis Hall for that. For me, he did a great job. Where are we at? Tell Ross, that chance at the end, 2-on-1, ref blows up the other end, he lets that play out. I actually think you're probably right as well. I thought that was scandalous. Do let me know what you think of that one. Tom Dixon, we need to be consistent. Playing like that, we look dangerous. Correct. We gave them the ball too many times, that led to goals, but what a game. Really enjoyed the boys, looked solid. That was so nice to have watched the game. I was at, obviously, Selhurst Park. You might have seen us in the live. I was at Selhurst Park at the weekend, and I was here with my son up there for West Ham, and that was some of the worst 120 minutes of football in any era, any manager, any era. It was pitiful. There was just such a juxtaposition with what we've produced today. Does that make you more frustrated that you know that that's in the locker? It's the consistent levels that they don't seem to be able to hit. Yes, sir, Ali. Wow, love these post-match shows. Oh, cheers, mate. Whether we lose or win, great to get other fans' opinions. I think that too. That's exactly what we'll come on here for. It would be so boring on these lives in general. Hence why I love Twitter so much, and I always have been really interactive on Twitter. So do follow us if you want. If you want to get involved in the conversation, I'm always talking on there. I love the interaction. I think if we all agreed, it would be so dull and boring. So it's nice to get everybody's different opinions, and I love you guys jumping here. This is almost my way of, it's like a cathartic exercise where we can talk through the pains if there is any, or just get a little bit excited when it's really good. Another one from Yasser Ali. We back how in window we can be top 4 regulars. I like that positivity. Yasser, good shout, mate. We don't really need to produce that level every game. Tonali, brilliant again. Tell Ross, losing possession cost us with the goals. Dean C, beautiful that. Oi, it was. See you soon. What a game. Unlucky not to win it, but lucky not to lose it. Draw, fair result in the end, but most importantly, the press and attacking play returned. It certainly did. NUFC PM 77 slot. I'll get it right eventually. Slot influenced the ref at half-time club side. Was it? I mean, like I say, we're in a privileged position. We're really close. I didn't notice that. I didn't see any of those conversations or anything go on. Do let us know what you saw on the television screens. I'd be interested to know. Yeah, I thought it was quite good. Actually, it was very un-Klopp-like. I haven't seen Klopp close up for the last few years. I thought Slot was a breath of fresh air in that respect. It's a shame. I would like to have gone down to the press conference and heard what he was like and seen it. And you get a feeling when you're in and around these things. But I couldn't miss the live with you guys. I mean, would I really want to be anywhere else? David Smith, typical Newcastle, no shots at Palace, and a handful against everyone. It was like to have gone from no shots, 0 shots at Crystal Palace, then Isak unleashed that one. It was just remarkable. Ben Moore said, hello Ben mate, we knew it was going to be a good game when Bruno won the toss. I know, there was like, I don't know which end you sit in, Ben. Oh, I think you're not far from us. I don't think I remember you saying that. You could almost, like when Bruno turned and they hadn't been flipped around, there was like a palpable reaction from the Gallagher end. It was almost like a half cheer. The people were like, yes, back to normal. Jules, good evening all. Click like, subscribe and share to your socials. Do so. 297 of you guys on this. Is going big tonight and I really appreciate every bit of it. 75 likes, do give it a like. Ian McKenna, what a game. Rich Joblin, got to be positive, Liam, haven't you? Oh, unbelievable. If you've been watching so far, I don't think I can be any more positive. Chris James, cracking game. Sabuto Paul, Liam, can you text Jordan and get him to ask Slot what he was doing with the ref at half time? That's the point made before. I can't. I'm not that skilled that I could probably text him and talk to you guys. Alan Matthias, or Matthias. We look so much better when Isak presses. He leads for the others. Top performance. He was excellent today. Excellent. Everything stuck. Everything worked. He was back to his tricky, close control best. Didn't all come off for him, but it was nice to see that return. Where are we at? Jonathan Gray should have had a pen towards the end. Ref blowing whistle at the end. If there was Liverpool on the attack today, wouldn't have. Paul Sprague. That's better now. Go and beat Brentford on Saturday. It gets some momentum, I agree. Rich Joblin. Thought Joe Linton was absolutely gassed in the 10 minutes before he was taken off. I thought so too. I think Gordon was tiring as well. Hence why he was took off. Maybe should have hooked him sooner. Ian McKenna. Sorry mate, you're just replying to people. Neil Stevenson. A disgraced cartel reffing. Chris James makes games like West Ham Palace all the more frustrating. I agree. Don, get in mate. I agree as well. Jules, who's doing some of the checking other comments tonight for us. Normally like Amazon Prime coverage, but very disappointed at their balanced comms tonight. Let us know what you thought of that. I didn't hear it, of course, because I'm sitting here. Look, balanced. You've seen Shea Given on there, but let us know what you think. Rich Joblin, maybe feel they can stay in the stadium a bit longer, Liam. I don't know. I have no idea. Dave Renshaw, why can't we do this against the lower sides? I agree. Ian Dunbar, weakest area of the team, the centre backs. Do you think so? Let us know your thoughts. I didn't think it was a bad performance from the two centre halves today. Interested to know why you think that. Dean C feels like a win. It definitely does. Ian McKenna, Liverpool came to play an open game. It certainly helps. David Renshaw does. Terry Hogg, Isak should have had a penalty. I thought that as well. I haven't really seen. I've seen a very slight. I couldn't quite catch. I was like stretching over people's shoulders and in between people to see the replay of it. And I wasn't sure at first, is it in the box? Is it not? You guys, probably if you watch it on TV, will know more than me, so do let us know. But I thought, from watching it with my naked eye, with a decent angle, I thought Isak has taken the ball past him. The centre-half has then taken Isak out. It's a foul, but then gone away with the ball, and has probably got away with it for that reason. Doesn't make it right, of course. Where are we at? Dean C, a proud performance. Glad their keeper was... well, he did make a mistake. I do really rate him. Actually, I think he's a great keeper, Keller. But it looked like, again, I haven't seen the replays, it looked like all he did was drop. It looked like he let the ball go over his head, drop his hands. I don't know how high it was, or he could have got it, but it looked like he just dropped his hands and didn't expect Shea to be there or get it in. It was remarkable, actually. Chris James, Bruno and Tonali worked well together, a night for the whole team rather than the individual. I agree, to take full marks. Jonathan Gray, Tonali has to stay in the team again. Tony Selby, Mo Salah was the difference, world class, but we were excellent. Craig, good performance and effort from the team. Now need to keep that momentum going. Nathan 888, less rambling tonight. No, never less. Jules, the team felt invigorated tonight. Nice use of words. David Redshaw, another classic. To love Arid. Ali B1, laying proper footy fanboy tonight. No, that's what it feels like. I hope that has come across. You've probably seen me smiling ear to ear. I like, look, I love Newcastle. I think you probably, you watch this, you probably know that by now. But I'm a proper football fan at heart, and I'll watch any game of football, wherever it may be, whatever is happening. And that, to me, was just a joy. It really was a joy, and I hope that's come across in this. And I hope a lot of people felt that emotion too, because ultimately it's an entertainment sport, and that's what we love watching, is just two teams giving it a right good go. I loved it. Conor Hooley, yes, it was amazing. We need to see that against lesser teams. I'm not sure what we've learned that we didn't already know. I think that's actually also a fair point. I think the only lesson that we might have been able to learn tonight probably would have been, had there been no reaction and no performance. So that would have probably been, for me, the biggest lesson to learn would have been like, wow, there is something wrong here. That was no sign of that at all today, and it was excellent, and they got something to show for it, and that's important, because you put in that kind of performance in that game and didn't come away with anything. It leaves you with a lot. It's a struggle. It's a struggle to take the positives, even though you've seen a performance. You want to take something from the game, and they deserve to. No, neither team deserved to lose that game, and I'm glad that neither did, really, in many ways. I'd love Newcastle to won it, but in terms of a game of football, it was a thing of beauty. I loved it. Maybe am I getting too excited? Am I too excited about what's seen? I don't know. Where are we at? Mark Hunter, hopefully people will get off Howe's back now. Ian McKenna. Look, I think there has been a lot of criticism of Eddie Howe. I've been one of the people that call into question some of the things I've seen from him, and so have the other lads as well. And to me, that still has been justified. And if I see things like that again, we'll always call it out. And that's what you'll always get from me: honest opinion, honest analysis, and it always comes from the right place, from the heart. See you soon, Tonali and Isak. World class tonight. I thought so too. I thought Bruno was up there as well, and I thought Gordon was tireless. Derek Sharp, I expected a defeat at the end. It felt like a defeat. VAR should have given us a pen. I think that felt like points gained rather than points dropped. Point gained rather than points dropped, in my opinion. But I'm all for a debate. Pecco 19 passing and finishing let us down. The basics really, we played well other than that. Paul Davison, so 5 minutes at a time, we get free kick after 90 minutes, lots of standing around organising, the ref blows the whistle at 95-15 when we were breaking with a man over. I think it's a lot of people making that point. Blip 2012, regards from the space station again. It's always good to hear from our friends up in space. Bruno and Tonali on song, and so the whole team. They didn't play so badly, played well. Hopefully a turn point. I'm going to spin because that Anthony Gordon's walking out. There he goes. You see him there? Hard as nails with his t-shirt on this weather. It's bloody freezing as well. Nathan 888, we had 2 or 3 top signings for being legit top 6. Denny Mag need to back this performance up at Brentford. Yeah, they do. Well played, lads. Guy Matthews, what the whistle. We were 2 against 1. Ref should have waited for that shout. Red cartel for you. Ian McKenna, is it true that it's... Oh, I'm not sure. People's asking questions. Nathan A. was a Stonewall pen. It felt like that. It really did. Ryan Boyd, Tonali was top draw tonight. Felt their defence was shocking, and we should have buried them. I thought it was a really tough night for Kwanzaa right back. He looked like he didn't want to be there, and he was slightly out of position. But for a young lad who... I think one of his biggest strengths last season, when he played a lot of games, was he did not look out of place in that Liverpool team. I thought he looked... I shouldn't see what those wires were. He looked very out of place on the pitch. I thought today really struggled. Sabudio Paul, Stonewall pen name, fair shout, mate. David Renshaw wasn't. He didn't think it was a pen. Craig, I thought it was a pen all day. Cool down referees stinking for both teams. Blip 2012, the shoulder on Gordon was just nasty. I thought so too. Uncalled for, unnecessary. The game was beautiful apart from that moment. I thought that was a disgrace, actually. Steve Headers, Dick Van Dyke. Dick Van Dyke was his usual arrogant self, mate. Nathan, Liam, you can take a breath when you want me. I know I struggle to sometimes. I've done 25 minutes and all I'm doing, you know what, the silly thing about this is, all I'm doing is talking to a phone. So anybody who sees me, they'll just think I'm a complete lunatic walking around talking to my phone. But I'm not, of course. I'm talking to you guys. Michael, Van Dijk was rotten. Still can't believe he never got a pen either. Graham Doherty, Van Dijk definitely knew what he was doing when he hit Anthony Gordon. He had a look. Ali B1, it was terrible off the ball. Jules, this must be on the commentary. The co-commentator said Van Dijk was entitled to stand his ground again with the Anthony Gordon barge. Watch it back, it was blatant. Yeah, from what I saw, I didn't see that at all. I didn't see that he had to stand his ground. I thought it was nasty. NUFC love. I saw protected cartel team tonight. Dave Renshaw, fantastic game. Craig was hoping we are going to win 4-3 for Orange. Joe Book of the Shields Gazette had a bet on. He had a couple of quid on 4-3. So not only for the 3 points, but we were willing that. We were willing that Isak free kick in. I thought Lewis Hall should hit it. Who we got here? Sandro, ole, ole, ole. There he goes. He's all loving. That's him and his missus wandering out of St James's Park. They're suitably wrapped up compared to what we've just seen from Anthony Gordon. Where are we at? Ali B1, blatant bias from Liverpool. Ian McKenna, VAR have ruled that Salah's shot off the ball was actually a goal line. That's fair. Jack Adams' proper performance. I've done 27 minutes now. 295 of you watching. Thanks so much for joining in. We've had a fiver of Paul Charlton as well. So if you do want to jump in the super chat, super thanks, whatever, do if you can afford it. If you can't, if you're excited, if you're happy, if you thought that was a recent Premier League all-time, I thought it was brilliant. I loved it. If you thought it just like me, do jump in the comments, do jump in the likes, do jump in the super thanks. Michael, I'm glad you didn't have to listen to the Amazon commentary. It was insufferable bias towards Liverpool. Darren Waller, Hartlepool's where you're watching from. Kev Tier, disgusting commentary. Stephen Phillips, 2 Liverpool's goals came from Newcastle in the ball away needlessly and not getting a penalty because VAR have now decided they don't overrule on-field decisions. Was there an explanation for that on the TV? I'd be interested to know if there was. John, Eddie Howe needs to do extra finishing drills with Gordon. He has the pace to round keepers, he always slams it in against them. It was poor, it was a poor finish, the one he went through in the first half. 2-0, I'm not sure Liverpool come back from that. Ali B1, need to build momentum now without international breaks. Ian McKenna, is that a ferret around his neck? It is, Do you want to name him? Should we name the ferret? He's a lovely lad. Natalie Wilkinson, what a game. Honestly, this team play with my emotions. Ali B1, confidence builder for sure. Barnes didn't do much to convince. He deserved a start, though not his position to be fair. Paul Featherstone, ref has robbed us. Eddie Fewman, Peter Griffin, is it you? What a completely conflicting performance from the lads. We went from being absolutely dreadful to giving Liverpool one hell of a game. The inconsistency is infuriating. John, LFC finishing was elite. That chip lob from Murphy was typical of his level. Was he onside? Was he offside? I wasn't sure, but he definitely should have done better. Paul Featherstone, that must be Tonali's best performance. More of that needed. Natalie Wilkinson, I hope that goal from Gordon has done something for his confidence. Shez, what a fantastic game. That performance was immense. Couldn't be proud of the lads. Well done. Eddie, Graham Bowman, Highland, great match. We looked equal for a change. Shows we aren't too far away from them performance-wise. Look, I don't think Liverpool are the absolute outstanding team that the league table suggests. However, Newcastle United went toe-to-toe with them tonight, and there's a lot to like about what I've seen there. Mark Lane, when do you think Botman might come back into contention? No idea. New year, I would say. I'm on a spin. There's Alexander Isak. There he goes. The main man. Looks like he's with his pals. Steve Hedders thought Eddie need to put fresh legs on at 70 as we're fading, but here it's a point with a good performance. I'll take that. I actually agree with that. I thought so too. Ian McKenna, how out? Obviously said with a jokey face. John, we still need a proper 6 potentially. Ali B1, he's back to his best, or very close to. He really did. Ali B1, how in? NUFC PM77. To me, it just shows the performance this season to be more down to player attitude than anything else. Paul Sprague, Isak was class today. That's why we must keep him. David Bartel, excellent today. We always look a threat against teams that play high. The big question is when we play deep line teams. That's what's going to decide our season. Kev T, if Eddie can get the team that beat Arsenal, drew with City and Liverpool on a consistent basis, then add a top right winger, he'll have a good start. Right, Jordan, I'm going to come on here, you're going to jump on. Jordan has joined the freezing cold press box at St James Park.
I only came out because I forgot my headphones.
He's wanting to do some work. But I just want to get a quick, may as well, while he's here, get a quick minute off. You love Jordan, so let's get him on.
What do people want to know?
So, mate, what do you think of that? They think I've been like a proper football fanboy.
You were.
I've been so. What was that through the game?
Yeah, you were a big fanboy at the end because you were asking me to review your tweets. Am I being too much of a fanboy? You're saying what an excellent game that was. But it was a proper entertaining game.
Yeah, it was.
I think there's been a few entertaining games here on Eddie Howe, I would say, like you think about Manchester City 3s each. There's been countless others as well where it's been sort of end to end, but that's probably the best game I remember from recent memory. Yeah. Two teams just properly went for it.
Man City, the first full season, Man City was a bit like that, wasn't it? Like where it was like
Newcastle were 3-1 up that day, but that's another one. But it was just a proper thriller. I mean, games against Newcastle and Liverpool have that.
Yeah.
Imagine I was put on the referee blown at the end.
You tell
incredible.
People have mentioned in the comments about it. Like I haven't really covered it.
Because the reason why I come on that is because I'm thinking about the 4-3.
Yeah.
Newcastle had loads of 4-3s against Liverpool. That could have been one at the end. Yeah. That was scandalous to blow the whistle.
Yeah.
We were looking back in the press room there, and he's actually threw the whistle after Nick Pope's thrown the ball. So the ball is in mid-air going towards Alexander Isak to take Newcastle forward. The referee blows his whistle. Well, I actually think it was partly spoiled by him today because I thought he got some big decisions wrong, and Eddie Howe thought he got some big decisions wrong.
Did he?
The elbow, not the elbow, the shoulder from.
Yeah, we've talked about the shoulder.
Eddie Howe so apparently VAR looked at it. Eddie Howe's understanding, but didn't think it was a. Apparently Eddie Howe said he was surprised by that. That Virgil van Dijk wasn't recommended for that because he knew what he was doing. It was a shoulder straight and didn't quite catch Anthony Gordon in the face, but it was roundabout here, which is he knew what he was doing.
Ugly moment in a beautiful game. That's how I described it.
I think he was really fortunate to stay on the pitch. Look, Anthony Gordon should have buried that. Newcastle should have been 2-0 up, but Newcastle also could have been a man up.
Yeah.
Missed chance but a man up, and that might have changed the game. Of course, they went down with 10 men last year and won. But anyway,
what about the one at this end though?
Yeah, he felt that was a penalty. Thought it was a penalty. He said he hadn't seen the replay, but on initial hearing he thought it was. Which
it felt a penalty, didn't it?
Yeah.
Just the naked eye.
Isak was tripped up. Yeah. It was a blatant trip by.
I'm not sure it was.
No, it was Kwanzaa.
Was it?
Kwanzaa tripped him.
He had a mare, they did, didn't he?
On that right hand side, yeah. The full time whistle that how comfy that he blew. Yeah. So, yeah, I thought it was a cracking game. I thought the referee, in the main, was all right, but got some really key moments wrong. But
he was poor.
Yeah. Look, Newcastle went toe to toe with current runaway Premier League leaders, and that's all you can ask. I thought they fully deserved a point today. I think both managers in there suggested that they could have won, and I wouldn't actually disagree with that. I think both teams had chances to go on and win that, and look, I think a point's a good result, but it means nothing if Newcastle don't follow up with Brentford on Saturday. Now that's all I would say. They've shown that they're fighting. They've got that. Still got a lot with them this season, but they need to start showing that against the teams that when the onus is on them, there's maybe an expectation to beat them. Brentford, of course, got a good home record, but it'll be a real disappointment now if they followed that up with a Crystal Palace-esque performance, for example. So, really pleased tonight, but focus quickly switches on to Saturday, where hopefully we can follow that up with a similar performance. That's a challenge for them. Andy Howe knows that as well. He admitted that in there.
Thoughts of a proper right, not a chief waffler. That's normally me. Right, I'm going to go back in the comments. 310 of you guys. Jordan, you've drew the crowds. What is going on? You've come for me and you've ended with Jordan. Unbelievable stuff. Right, 126 likes. I want to say a few more if you don't mind. Right, jump back in the comments. Here we go. I'll position myself on this wet bench here. Steve C. Oh no, who we got? Kev T. If Eddie can get that team. Oh, I've done that one. What am I doing? Repeat me comments. Steve C. We need to give some credit to Murphy tonight. Steve Headers. if we could just bag and Wemo in January and get Botman back, we'd have a good finish to the season. Peter, NUFC, up the boys. Shares, honestly, I'm not even asking myself why we can't do that against other teams. I'm just buzzing too much out of the game. We've just watched that. I don't care about the next game. That's fair. That's also fair on a night like this. Ian McKenna, on another note, should Eddie Howe shave his head to join the PL elite of baldy heeds? You know what? It might suit him. It might suit him. It might suit him. Let me know your thoughts about a baldy Eddie. Jordan's got his earphones in, he can't hear us. Somebody's saying that Eddie Howe should shave his head to join a baldy, like all the baldy elite managers in the Premier League.
He's got good hair.
He's got good hair, yeah. Jordan's not enjoying that suggestion. I think it's quite funny. Right, where are we at? Raktin Sharma. Effective strategy by Howe to choke the midfield with man marking. I thought that. One obvious thing early doors was the way Newcastle United went, particularly in that first half, went man for man with the midfield. Bruno, Tonali, Joe Linton constantly shifted and went with their mans, with Jones, Gravenberch and McAllister. That loosened a little bit in the second half, but I thought actually it was an interesting tactic, and actually went some way to answering the idea that he actually suggested himself that he was just doing the same things over. That was a very different tactic, and it worked. Geordie Dog. When we face a mid or low block, we struggle. When someone wants to play us, we are great. Natalie Wilkinson, looking forward to the match reaction video with you, Dom and Jordan. It would be good to see you guys smiling and praising the players. We will be. Shares Ian Farrell, Magpie Ranger, the beautiful roller coaster that is being a Newcastle fan. Tonali's best performance. Happy for goal and scoring against the Scouts team. He needs to improve his finishing, but glad for the lad. Paul Feathers and Amazon showed footage of Slot talking to the ref in half time. Tyndall was watching on. As Fowler said, what was he complaining about? The Yana of Plymouth. As a neutral, it was a great game. Two teams going for the win, I agree. Kodan, it was a Liverpool loving during the actual match. 1.5 men agree. Liverpool comes so biased. Peter Griffin, it would be typical Newcastle to go and phone in a load of slop at Brentford. Dean C agreeing that the commentary was bad. Jersey Mag, I was hoping for a 4-3 revenge until he blew his whistle. Steve C, Amazon commentary again, biased. Where we at? Davey Eddy. Liam, we can play our preferred game via the top teams. We're excellent. The low block for lower teams has to be worked on. Geordie Parr, remember the Gordon Lee years. West Ham was fantastic in comparison. Referee was disgraceful. Gordon, a defo pen. Paul, great fight and display and fight back by the lads. Shares on 50-50 on the pen appeal. Peter Griffin, we can play well against the good teams. A lot of people saying that. Play well against the good teams, not so much the lesser teams. Dr. Death 101, Gomez cost us too. Where we at? Ian McKenna, no. A lot of you guys conversing in the comments as well, which is always a good thing. Where we at? Paul Stappard, apologies if I said that wrong. Ref was a bit of a dick. Ref was a bit of a dick at the end. Could have let him have that last chance instead of blowing the whistle. Farouza Tilvola. Hello. The idea. Susan Cronin. Susan Cronin. He's laughing. He's waving. Susan Cronin, good result. I hope you enjoyed that, Susan, because we certainly did. Kev T, I love Gordon too much. Yak celebration, all those who said how out and the team were crap. Nathan 888, this guy could talk a glass eye to sleep. Me? Apologies Nathan. Get yourself in the bin. Go watch something else. Nathan 88 nightly, but alright mate, no worries. I didn't always keep you from sleep, but I hope you have a good night's sleep anyway. Jack Sparrow, looking forward to getting into the cathedral on the hill when I fly from the state for the cup match this month. Brilliant, safe journey's over, and I'm really hopeful you'll enjoy it. I'm here as a fan that night too as well, so I hope you do enjoy it. There's Tino Livramento getting photographs down there with people, can you see? Where we are, Jordan Cronin just need to turn it up at Brentford like that. Maurice Kennedy, just glad the heads didn't drop off the third goal, I agree. Ali B1, have we found the best balance or will Murph disappear most games? Johnny Ola Amazon commentary so biased. Pete Davey, get in there mate. Get in Liam's son, massive performance. Pete, it really was. And I was so happy to, so happy to have been here and to have witnessed it. And if you were here mate, I hope you enjoyed it too. Pete Davey, Tonali thought. I thought Tonali was very good. I thought like I said, I was disappointed by his tracking of Jones for the first goal that Liverpool scored, but I didn't think it was a night to really call out individual errors, as I said earlier. I don't know if you caught me talking about that earlier in the live. But he's neat, he's tidy. We've seen more forward passes from him today than I think we've seen in a long time, which to me was a real positive, because it's a side of his game that he's got, and we've seen it before, but we haven't seen a lot of. I thought some of his recoveries were excellent today. It was a good performance. I think it's hard to pick anybody out as a bad performance today. There was nobody really had a bad game. Where are we at? Let's talk ref Brew Russell too early. Graham Doherty, you need a Geordie Journals hat. I do. I should really. I should be repping the brand, and I'm not doing that. Shame on me. But if you do want to rep the brand, you know where to find the Geordie Journals store. Steve Headers, love these after-match reactions, by the way, Liam. Top-notch, mate. Love the Geordie Journals coverage. Cheers, mate. I really appreciate any praise. Really appreciate anybody getting involved. So thank you so much. Kev T, anybody who's played football knows Van Dijk did a cowardly off-the-ball assault on Gordon. What is the point of VAR? I agree, actually. Munch, who said Tonali, J7 and Bruno can't play together? Shay, I was watching without commentary. The voices in my head were better than the usual drivel. Andy Brett thought comms were okay. Fair play, mate. Ali B1, J7 can't see out of the game. He needs subbed off or he concedes. Ian McKenna, hug him. Hug who? Davey Eddy, cheers them. A couple in the winter window. We can really push on. Love tonight though. Andy Brett, need a result the weekend to get close at the top bunch. Tony Timebridge, friend of the channel, always. Much better tonight, Liam. Nice to see you wrapped up for the winter. I am. It's bloody freezing. Rob Beck, like everyone on the channel said, we didn't really learn anything from the game. We played well, but we'll struggle against anybody who sits back. Fair comment, mate. Jules, I must have watched a different Joel in. I thought you did okay. Shane Mawson, all right, Liam, all right, mate. Bigger test this weekend against Brentford, in my opinion. I don't think it's a bigger test, but it is a bigger test of the way Newcastle United are. So I get that. Shares, I thought J7 did well. Bilbo just shows what a team can do when playing the players in their correct positions. Well done, lads. Jonathan Casely, if the last minute break had been Liverpool, would the ref have blown? Interesting. Posing that question, I think it's probably a fair question as well. Ricardo Vos. There's some Japanese writing NC Woo. NC Woo. I like that. Ricardo Vos. I think you're answering somebody there. Where we are, that's the Japanese account again. I think it's Japanese. Apologies for my ignorance. Should it not be Japanese? Fantasized team today played very good football. Thank you football too. I'm really pleased that I was at this game of football, so thank you football. Paul 4-3 the win for the Scouts tonight. Steve Headers, so what we've learned here is teams who open up and try and play against us we do well against. Teams that sit back and load what we don't. Work on plan B. Eddie, is it here at St James's Park? Yes, this is where we are, St James's Park. St James's Park, the home of Newcastle United. The star of the show, Jordan Cronin, working away. Can you see another Geordie Journal somewhere else? Can you spot the unmistakable hairstyle of Dominic Sker? Right, back in the comments. I'm just being silly now. Jules on 300 watching, there was. Not so much now. Ian McKenna, oh, you're all replying each other. That's great, this. Peter Waff got robbed of a penalty. Great game, I agree. Where are we at? Shares, I actually think the ref was pretty decent overall. Interesting take. There's not many people agreeing. James, I'm a United fan and watched the first half and should have had a penalty from Van Dijk. Second half he was done by two. I think so too. It's a fair comment, James, and that's nice to see. Neutral-ish. It was Liverpool. It's fair to say, you know, somebody coming in having a comment, and you can say that honestly. JJ, what has gone on at half time? Exchange of bias, persuasion between Liverpool and the ref. Tony Timebridge, Tonali much better in the 6. Mark Doyle, Liam, look down and spell attic. Love you guys. Clear penalty missed today. I don't know what that means. Dean C, shout out to Mike Check. Dean C, shout out to Mike Check 1 2. Oi oi. We're just getting silly, man. George Cronin, you missed a comment earlier. Comment from another Cronin. Not that many of us. George Cronin?
No.
No?
No.
You're not related to this beautiful boy?
No, I don't. I took that. Might be.
Let him know if you are related to him, George, because he doesn't seem to think so. Scott Billingham thought Lewis Hall was poor for at least a couple of goals. Fair comment. Ian McKenna, no, where are we at? Steve Headers in the end will be happy finishing the top 7. I actually agree with that. Terry Hogg, no. Someone saying Ronaldo, Ten Hag, Liverpool playing against 12 men. No Liverpool, bro. Mohamed Salah. Yeah, it's all getting a bit silly now in the comments. 235 you guys on 165 likes. Please do give it a like. I've done 45 minutes here. The lawnmowers are out. Jordan Cronin's tapping away here. I'm sure you can spot Domsker's hair sticking out there, and his unmistakable earphones as well. Everybody's packing away at St James's Park, so it's time for me to pack away as well and actually probably think at least about doing something else with me night. I'm a happy boy. Jordan's a happy lad. Look at him. Look at him.
I feel like you've been distracted by you.
That's all I'm doing really. I'm just distracting him and he knows that. Right. Steve Headers, the chat has fallen a bit. It really has. It really has gone crackers. Jules, cheers name as always. Come on, gang, click the likes. Ian McKenna, fair play to Liverpool. JJ, tremendous performance by the lads. You know why we were robbed. Steve Headers, we all go home happy. Pete Davey, great stuff, Liam. 3 points Saturday. Yes, please, Pete. It's game over from the Geordie Journals at St James's Park. Stay tuned though. The two boys are jumping on with me, and we will go a little bit deeper into what we've just seen at St James's Park. Cheers, guys. Thank you, everybody, for getting involved, and I'll see you soon.